There's something about family that makes setting boundaries feel harder. Maybe it's because you've spent your entire life in a dynamic where saying no wasn't encouraged. Maybe you were conditioned to feel that you owe your parents or other family members your time, energy, or obedience simply because of your relationship. But as adults, it's essential to recognize this truth. Boundaries don't mean you love them less. They mean you love yourself enough. I'll be honest, when I started setting boundaries, I felt guilty, like I was betraying my role as a daughter. I'd hear phrases like, "You're so selfish," or "After all I've done for you," or "You're not the same anymore." It stung and still does. I second guess myself every time. But here's the thing, those reactions don't mean you're wrong. They often come from people who've grown comfortable crossing your boundaries, and that's not your problem to fix. If you're struggling to set or enforce boundaries, especially with parents or family who've always been involved in your business, try these steps. 1, get clear on your why. Write down why the boundary is necessary. For example, I need to limit how often I take their phone calls because I feel emotionally drained afterward. Or, I can't go to every family event because it takes away from my time to recharge. Having clarity about why makes it easier to stay firm when the guilt creeps in. 2, expect resistance. Understand that pushback is normal, not a sign you're doing something wrong. Change feels uncomfortable to everyone, especially those who've benefited from your lack of boundaries. 3, remember your worth. Boundaries are not about controlling others. They're about protecting yourself. You're not a bad person for prioritizing your mental health, your peace, or your time. 4, reframe the guilt. That icky feeling, it's not guilt, it's growth. Every time you enforce a boundary, you're teaching yourself and others that your needs matter. 5, communicate with compassion when possible. If you feel it's safe, try framing your boundaries lovingly but firmly. I really value our friendship, which is why I need this boundary to feel my best when we're together. This shows you're not shutting them out. You're making space for a healthier connection. At the end of the day, protecting your peace isn't selfish, it's survival. You're allowed to grow, to protect your energy, and to redefine how you show up in relationships. And to my fellow daughters out there, you are not responsible for managing your parents' emotions. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to set boundaries. And you are still worthy of love, even if they don't immediately understand. And guess what? They don't have to understand in order to still love you or for you to love them.